like a bunch, but
Too late.
do you want to do an intro?
Here to sell you propane and propane accessories, it's the Vox Cascadia podcast, where Chuck always says, that boy ain't right.
Are we a King of the Hill show now?
Yes, because I've started watching King of the Hill.
I think they're
So-
actually also Rested Power. The guy who one of the characters from that just got hate crimed last week.
Yeah, that's not very cool.
Nope.
Jonathan Joss. I knew him first before King of the Hill, but he was the chief for the Wamapoke tribe in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, it was apparently well. I have not watched much King of the Hill, but apparently well loved and had a very, very horrible instance happen. So that's a nice way to start the podcast.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to bring up those bad times, but yes, I have been watching King of the Hill. It's a pretty fun show.
Does it age well?
So far, yeah. Like, nothing has aged in it, like, poorly from what I've seen so far. My favorite show is probably The Adventure Bros, and season 1 can be a little rough because they kind of throw around, like, not like slurs or anything, but a couple words that, like, just definitely aren't politically correct anymore, which is always awkward to be like, hey, check out my favorite show, and then they watch the first couple episodes, and they kind of give me an eye, and I'm like, no, I promise it's not, like, a mean-spirited show, but it can't, it was Adult Swim and then 2002 or something, so it's gonna be like Adult Swim from 2002.
Are they like the slurs that you use when we're not on the air?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
me.
Gotcha. I know what's up. Kind of felt the same way actually when I actually got Jenna to watch The Office, and we're deep into it now. We're in like season 9 now, but when the first season came out, or we were watching the first season, I'm like, yeah, some of the jokes don't age really great, especially in that first season. So
yeah, the first season was rough, but it did give us one of the most awkward but funniest ones with the diversity day.
Yeah, it's like episode 2, I think.
Yeah. Also, speaking of The Office, there was a funny tweet that I was like, someone's like, I had no idea Craig Robinson, the guy that plays Daryl, could sing and play the piano. And it's like, you clearly haven't watched anything he's in, because he plays piano in everything. And then people are posting the lyrics to that, like, Dunder Mifflin song he did when they were making the commercial.
With Dunder Mifflin, the people, person, people.
Dunder Mifflin, yeah.
Break
loose from the chains that are causing you pain.
Yeah,
Michael and yeah, that's that. Now it's been stuck in my head all day, which is annoying because that is such a great jingle and cute little song that would sell so well if that was a real commercial.
So it's me and Connor tonight. Tyler unfortunately is under the weather and not feeling great, so this is going to be just an office podcast now. So it's not Kill Team anymore. It's just The Office. So
well, no, see, my week was already a bunch of Arrested Development. I got to tell the story of me and Nick giggling like schoolgirls to my brother-in-law's girlfriend, so that was pretty fun.
How often do you bring that up? Like, or
anytime
real quick, did you explain? Is it my friend Nick, or was it my nemesis Chuck's best friend from childhood?
No, I said me and my friend Nick. I just, it was funny to give the explanation for how we know Nick so much, because I don't know if, like, people listen regularly, if we've ever really explained the relationship between you and Nick, other than he's your friend. But I think it's, like, more fun that he's been your friend for years. That's kind of cute.
He's been my friend for like 15 years longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, that's, like, awesome.
Yeah, we met in kindergarten because our moms worked together at the local hospital. And we went to school all through like kindergarten, all the way through high school, and then we went our separate ways in college, and then reconvened later. Actually, World of Warcraft is kind of what brought us, like, I think, got our connection back together. We were both playing World of Warcraft like separately, but at the same time, and then like fast friends again, and he's my buddy.
So who did he get you in a Warhammer, or did you get him in a war? Like, who was the one that, like, brought it back up and ruined the other one's finances?
Okay, so the story of, like, I think I've told my miniature journey,
because, like,
it's been a while.
Yeah, because you've mentioned you played it as a kid, or like with your history teacher or something, right?
Yeah, so Nick and I both played Revolutionary in like 8th grade at Maple Grove Middle School. We played.
Let's go Maple Grove.
Yeah.
Go Ankhorns.
I don't think we had a mascot, actually.
Oh, that's boring.
So at Maple Grove, our history teacher, I think it was Mr. Bolton, he had us playing Revolutionary War with like lead miniatures from Frying Pan and Blanket, if anybody's ever heard of that company. And it was like, I think it was like rank and flank kind of like miniature warfare stuff. I don't remember any of the rules. The painting was even worse than my painting today. And so that was where the like miniatures thing started. But then we got into like high school. And then as we got out of high school, Nick was more into the miniature stuff and got me into like second edition Warhammer 40K. So I still have the box. It was Blood Angels and Orcs on the box, where you had the cardboard the cardboard, what was it? Not like the orc version of a dreadnought. I can't remember what it was.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I still have those miniatures too. Most of them I can't find. I got a bunch of like grots around somewhere that I can't find. I can't find the orcs. I got all the Blood Angels for some reason. So, but anyway, so messed around with that a little bit. Put that down for a few years. I think I picked up like 6th edition Warhammer again. Because Nick got me into it again. Like new edition Warhammer came out, and then put that down for a long time. And that was like that was when the first Primaris stuff came out. Actually, I had even before
No,
that.
that was in 7th edition, I thought, when they started dropping Primaris.
So I think I did have 6th edition though, which is like I think it was the Battle for McCrag stuff with the like crashed ship.
Okay. Yeah.
But then I did get into the like Dark Imperium stuff or whatever it was, but did have Primaris and Plague Marines. And then put it down for a long time. And then COVID came, and then Nick pulled me back in again. And that's when I really got hooked. So what was it? Not Leviathan.
Also, I googled Battle for McCrag was apparently the launch box for 4th edition.
Okay, so that was even longer back.
God, you're old.
I'm real fucking old. So what was the name of the box? Not Leviathan. What was one before that? Indominus. So Nick happened to be in town the weekend that Indominus was coming out, and we went to the Games Workshop store down in like Southeast Portland and picked both grabbed an Indominus box. And then that's when I really got into the hobby. So I converted one of my rooms to my painting cave. I started dug out all my old stuff, got all my paints out, and then really started collecting and really started getting heavy into the hobby. Nick had been painting the entire time. He'd never played anything, but Nick is an amazing painter.
Yeah, he is.
But he'd been painting the entire time. Like he painted me up he got one of the generic that they used to have, the Intercessor Marines from the Games Workshop store, like the Take and Play stuff, and painted me up one of those. He painted me up it's not a Leviathan. It's a Leviathan. No, it's the what's the 30K Dreadnought?
Contemptor Dreadnought?
He painted me up, an amazing Contemptor Dreadnought, just as a gift, because he knew I love Blood Angels. And then he got me into it at 8. I think it was 9th edition. So it got me.
Indominus was 9th.
So it got me hooked back into the game and the hobby at that point, and that's when I started spending way too much money on stuff. Kill Team then came around maybe a year or two later, and I think it was the next year actually. Kill Team came out, and I started playing Kill Team and fell in love with it. So, but Nick is the reason that I have so much debt in plastic.
Let's go for plastic crack. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, okay. So I can blame Nick. So thanks, Nick.
Yeah. Nick is the reason you're having to hang out with me on a Tuesday.
I'm okay with that. I'm glad I get to hang out with you every Tuesday or so.
Oh, that's sweet, buddy. Same. No, it's this hobby has brought a lot of amazing people into my life, including yourself. So, but we had some big news this past weekend, and I don't know if this is a safe space. So I sat next to you and watched your heartbreak at Adepticon as they revealed Kill Team Servitor. And now we have some rules for Kill Team Servitor thanks to Mountainside Tabletop. Connor,
those guys are the best.
They are the best. We should get those guys on. Connor, have you looked through the rules? And are you as whelmed with the rules as you were the models? We got a little preview this week. All the rules will come out this weekend.
Yeah, so maybe we can do a episode, whatever we're on right now, but then add a 0.5. Connor's fresh reactions at 10 p.m. or midnight or whatever when they drop. But so far it was mostly just the Tyranid rules we saw. We did get which seemed neat, the tunnels. Kind of a fun mechanic. I like the idea of actually putting down the little tokens to represent that. Though someone pointed out it's going to create a bunch of like nightmare scenarios potentially of like trying to argue with people. I mean, I don't imagine that'll happen for most part, but there are always those people out there that will take it a little bit too serious of like, oh, it's a millimeter off. And it's like, no, it's play by intent. We're all chill like this. As for the AdMech rules, Whelmed is currently what I'm at, but not so much because they look uninteresting, but we just didn't really get a ton. I have a lot of questions because they like preview stuff, but it's like previews that then just make you have questions. The thing they were describing with the techno archaeologist, how he kind of does his own thing, that's honestly sounds kind of interesting to me because I imagine like the tech priest from last edition's Rogue Trader team, how he had that secondary where it was like he just had to tag 3 of the 6 objectives, I think. So it'd be kind of interesting if they bring that style of like mini adventure back.
Now, are you preparing for the launch of this? Are you like, do you have a ton of servitors painted already? I know. I mean, I'm sure you've got the underseer and the techno archaeologist ready to go, or at least some sort of version of them.
Those, yeah, I have the techno archaeologist already, and Underseer is just another tech priest on a 30. I think he's probably on a 40. So yeah, I have that. Servitors I actually don't, because the only servitors kits that have been out since I've gotten into the hobby have been like the really old ones. They just dropped a couple like last year, and they were really bad. But I could probably use Horus Heresy guys, but they come on like 28s or 25, so I'd have to get some bases. But again, I've literal buckets worth of 32.
So the Underseer actually is on a 32, it looks like. So
interesting.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that the techno archaeologist would be on a 32 as well. So, and then probably the servitor is on 28.
The techno archaeologist is on a 40, but I'll have to give me a second to double check.
I don't think I don't think he's on a 40. I think he's on 32.
Mm-hmm. Go to our favorite website, Wahapedia. I mean, what's that?
I mean, at this point, GW has to know that their rules are out there. Like,
yeah, I mean,
they have the people that buy the boxes to get the books, but then, and that's me.
Techno he is on 32. Okay, good to know.
And then, while you're there, are the servitors are on 28s, I assume?
I don't know if their rules. Oh, there we go. Servitor battle plate has been added. They are apparently. It doesn't say. I believe they are on 32s though.
You think they're 32s as well?
It would be strange if they weren't. Hold on. Where'd the photo go?
Let's find out.
We have the photo from Connor.
No, it looks like actually. Well, it looks weird because it looks like if you look at the like photo from the like whole Typhon thing. By the way, I have to admit, you were right. The gaunts are in the box. I told you
it would be insane if they weren't. They were on the cover.
I mean,
and the box was way bigger.
I mean, and the box is going to be 170. Where when you get your friendly local game store discount, it's like 145. So I said 140. So I still think I'm right.
What discount is getting you down to 140?
145, 15% discount. You buying a retail, buddy? You hit up your FLGS.
Is that 15 of 170 is $25?
$25.50.
Ah. Okay, well, that's crazy good plastic deal then.
I think for a book, 2 sets of cards, what's the other deck of cards actually there in too?
It might be the NPO stuff because it looks like the leftmost one. Like I imagine you're looking at the total collection. Like the right is the Servitor, the middle is the Raveners. I'm thinking it's the PvE mode.
Have you played any like single player yet?
Or like no
2-player.
Also, okay. So I have not, no, but I definitely want to because it does kind of look fun. Also, yeah, now that I've got it pulled up, it looks like the heavy weapon servitors are on 32s, and then the smaller guys are on 28s probably.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying because I do see like next to the guy from Boston Fortress, there's a guy who's on a 32, but then behind them it kind of confused me because there's guys that are on smaller ones, and then they got the guy with the big old bubble on his back. He's on a 32 as well too. So yeah, so it looks like 28s for like 32s for the heavy guns and then 28s for everything else.
Yeah, because they look. Yeah, I don't know.
So, did you?
But yeah, like you were saying, it looks like a fat amount of plastic for only 140 with the 15%.
Yeah, it should be 145. if you don't pay sales tax. So, shop in
Oh yeah.
Oregon, and our friends that like to shop at Board Bard or Bridge City Hobbies or something, maybe Mox, you don't pay any sales tax. It's great.
Yeah, because I mean, what like the techno archaeologist is his own individual sprue. I think the Hormagaunts are two sprues technically, like like the two individual ones that they put in the box. Not even though they can probably come in one like full long one. The Raveners are probably another two or three sprue. Servitors are probably two or three sprue as well, and then I'm saying three sprues worth of terrain.
Yeah, probably.
That's a lot of plastic.
That's a lot of plastic. So, I mean, it is the biggest box we've gotten since like Hive Storm. So a lot of plastic in the box. So, are you getting this box, Connor? Are you just getting the?
No, I haven't ordered it at all. No.
No, you just boycotting.
Not even necessarily boycotting. I just don't have a specific interest in it.
Well, I'm sure you could find somebody out there to peel off. Although I guess you just need, honestly, you need some servitors, is all right.
Yeah, worst case scenario, I can grab some heresy because I've got a bunch of the ones I will use if I make the team where they actually look like proper creepy necromancy zombie skeleton servitors. What are they called? Tech thralls. I'll use those and just throw on the servitor guns and whatnot.
Have you been digging into heresy at all? Now that's what you're playing at Tacoma, right? You're gonna
Yeah, I'm
abandon
playing
us.
yeah, big hammer heresy. I am sadly abandoning you guys, but I've realized kill team is fun, and if I feel the urge to play in a tournament, there's a bajillion of them in our area, but heresy tournaments are very far and few between.
That's true, actually. I guess so. I guess it's a good opportunity for you to jump into heresy. So, what's your heresy team?
Yeah, so of course Mechanicum, because big robots are fun, but right now I've been working on like a Black Shields force. Do you know what that is, Chuck? Or is
Nope.
that
What's that?
Chinese? Okay, so Black Shield, like heresy, it's a big heresy. There's the civil war between the loyalists and the traitors, and then Black Shields are like kind of their own type of thing, where they're not necessarily loyalists or traitors, but they often kind of chose one side, but they just join the direct chain of command. So like Black Shields would be like there was a couple of world leaders that like were off doing their own thing, like far across the galaxy when the heresy breaks out, and we're like, original Terra veterans rather than like being directly under, uh, fuck, what's his name? Not Korn, the Primarch. I can't remember his name, but essentially they abandoned the world eaters as the Legion and like painted their armor black in shame and became Black Shields, where they would fight other traitor Marines and essentially worked alongside the Loyalists. But they didn't want to be held back by the chain of command and everything, so they did their own like kind of like spec ops missions. Similar thing with like happened to the Iron Hands and Salamanders and Raven Guard after they got decimated, where they would kind of do their own thing rather than following the Imperial chain of command, and vice versa. There's like kind of the Dark Angels that went traitor, and then a couple of White Scars that went traitor as well. They kind of became Black Shields of their own, where it's an individual force that's not necessarily aligned to one another, but like maybe pirates or people defending the empire they were stationed on. Like a lot of time, the Iron Warriors would do that. Like the Iron Warriors barely held together as a legion for the most part, or rather, they fractured more than any of the other ones. And that's Connor's Horus Heresy lore dump.
So, are you bringing robots? Or are you bringing Black Shields?
Both, because thankfully that's the other fun thing about Heresy is it's not like 40k anymore, where you're stuck with one force and maybe like an allied knight or a demon or whatever. You can just mix and match as long as you follow the general like Crusade thought. So I'm still debating, but I'm gonna probably do Mechanicum for the majority within a handful of Black Shield Blood Angels.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could mix and match like that. I have the Age of Darkness box -1 Marine, which I give to Nick. So I should just bust those out, and I feel like I get this painted up pretty quick with my like just kind of Blood Angel scheme, because I'd go Blood Angels. Although maybe I'd go something different.
I mean, Blood Angels are pretty fun, and that's the other thing too. Is like, while World Eaters still play like World Eaters, you as you would imagine, 40k, they're probably the one I would say, at least for my limited experience of playing 40k, feels like the same. Like Ultramarines play, still like they feel like Ultramarines and everything, and Iron Warriors feel like Iron Warriors. But there's a clear, distinct difference between how they are, especially the Loyalist legions, and the 31st millennium versus the 41st. And the rules, while similar, like there's a lot more specialized shit that you can bring that's specific to the legions. Like Salamanders, can bring upgraded flamers. Dark Angels have all this cool like relic tech that like, oh, you want to upgrade your plasma gun? Another 5 points, you can make it a plasma repeater. Blood Angels, same thing with Melta. Turn all your Melta pistols into Inferno pistols that are even more dangerous. Upgrade your melee weapons to like Perdition weapons, which gives them like essentially flame effects. They really lean into like the jetpack stuff. So there's a lot of heresy that I really missed the crunch of from 40K, where it felt like, yeah, I want this squad to be a squad of veterans and each one with their own unique weapon. And you can do that rather than like follow a strict format of just like all your Marines are going to have the same bolter and then 1 out of every 5 can bring an upgraded weapon type of deal.
Are you playing 3 days of Heresy?
No, I believe it is only Saturday and Sunday.
Well, are you gonna? You should come play the team tournament on Friday then.
I mean, if someone wants to do it, I'd be down maybe, but I don't have anyone that's reached out or anything like that.
All right, somebody listening to the podcast right now, reach out to Connor to play a team tournament. Me and Shirty are playing. Me and Nick are playing in the team tournament. We're gonna do Commandos and Rekkas again. I'm running my Commandos, and the only time I ever do them is in team tournament with Nick. So. And the team tournament was super fun. The one we did at Adepticon was cool because you have one board that's open, or Volcus, one board that's into the dark, and then you could play across the boards too. It adds a lot of flair to it. They're like 3 hour long games. You only played like 3 games, but it was a really good time.
Yeah, they seemed interesting, so I may be down to do it. The big thing is I'm going in for Heresy with not any expectation to win, which is the other kind of thing that's fun, is Heresy seems to attract a lot of players of like, I just want to make my special little dudes, and they're each awesome and wonderful, and I love them all, and very much leans more into the like narrative style of building your Legion, rather than like, let me just spam the same best units over and over type of deal.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll have to get my Heresy together. We'll have to try it out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that, or I've got at least enough that I could do probably a demo game of Small Heresy, which I still think more people need to play because that game is very fun. Who doesn't love blowing up buildings and having knights walk through them and a bunch of tanks, like literal dozens of tanks?
They actually had a box of, I think they had the starter box of that at Mind Taker when I was there a couple weeks ago, and I was tempted to grab it, but I did not. Maybe I wonder if they still have it. I got like a $50 credit at Mind Taker.
Oh shit!
Let's find out. So back to Kill Team though. Was there anything else that stood out from the kind of reveals we had, or anything that you were like? I know
20 wounds is crazy, and sure, a 5-up save is a 5-up save, but I mean, like they said, there seems to be a pretty reliable way they can get cover saves, so that will be very interesting to see if it's even worth trying to shoot them off the board. Pathfinders are going to be even more screwed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of wounds, but I still think you got to take the shot. And on 5-up save, I feel like with a 5-up save, if you get a shot on them with anything kind of reliable, with any reliable shooting, you're gonna put them down. But if you're just kind of like plinking away at them, it's gonna be really tough. Did they have a lot of ways to like hide though, because they can like
you'll have like a lot of ways to just prevent the shooting entirely with the hiding stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Kind of feels a lot like the Patriarch, like from Brood Brothers. Everybody thought the Patriarch like 21 wounds. I think that it has a 4-up save, but it dies really, really quick because it couldn't hide. Like it was one of the like monster class or whatever. Like
they can't use light cover as cover, kind of like an Ogren type thing, or like you can't be concealed behind it, I think.
Yeah, so you had to have like heavy cover. And mine got shot off the board pretty regularly. Now, it doesn't mean to say that like smart players were able to avoid that, but mine died like every game. It did a lot of work usually before it died, but it died every game. So, and it has 21 wounds and a little bit better save. I think it had a 4-up invuln at the time.
Yeah, it has a 4-up invuln still, I believe.
So yeah, I think they're gonna, if you can get like a Melta or some like good bolter fire into those guys, they're gonna go down pretty quick. I'm interested. What's the melee on the big guy? So he's got the Ravener Venom Spitter is the one we saw. They showed us the data card for. So Scything Talons, 5 attacks on 3s, 4/5 damage. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely nothing to scoff at. And I do like that they have like 2 shooting attacks. So that's kind of fun too.
This guy's got 3 actually. Because he has his tail, which is a 3-inch shot, 4 attacks on 3s, 3/4. range 3 and silent, so you can be really close and shoot him. Then he's got his Venom Bolt Blast and Venom Bolt Focus. So one of them is the blast is 4 attacks on threes, 3/5, range 8, blast 2. And then the focused is 4 attacks on threes, 4/5, range 8, piercing 1, poison. Both poison, but it's kind of like the Wrecca Crew leader. So where he's got the kind of the focused and the blast profile. I guess he's got blast on both of them, but I'm excited to see the rules. It's always super fun the week that a new team comes out because we get the little preview. I'm a little bummed actually that we got I'm excited that Mountainside Tabletop got a chance to go through and write this up to us, but I also feel that we're not getting as much drip feed like we did the previous boxes, because we'd get like one day we'd have one team, one day we'd have the other team, and then sometimes they have a little bit more. We got it all on Monday and it was awesome because we got it right away, but then that's all we get for the weekend. Now we got to wait till Saturday.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a bummer in that regard. Hopefully, they might give us another drip feed or two, but who knows? I do agree, though. Drip feed is fun. It lets me speculate and make wild claims, and then, yeah, it's always fun to make wild claims that then come true, and you're like, I totally knew that when I was just speaking straight out of your ass.
Well, my thing is that since we used to get like one day we'd get one team, and then the next day we get the next team, we'd have one day at least as a Discord like community family to break down the one team, scream about how they're broken, how this is dumb, how this doesn't work, and then the next day we'd scream about the other team and how they're broken and how this doesn't work. But we had the like one day. I woke up the morning that the stuff came out and there was like 75 new messages, and I didn't even get a chance to read through most of them. So like next time Games Workshop, split it up into 2 days like last time.
Yeah, they got to fix that. Come on, G-Dubs. Speaking of that, G-Dubs, why is there not a Warhammer store at the Mall of America? What the hell? It's the Mall of America. You sell it in America. Get a store there, because I was bored that I couldn't go and oogle at all the minis.
Well, it's the Mall of America. It's not the Mall of Britain. Or it's not the Mall of Nottingham. So that, I mean, I kind of understand. Did you find any hobby stores in there though? How was your trip? And
It was a fantastic trip. I had a great time. But no, there was no hobby store there at all, which is like even beyond GW not having one. Like there was a board game store, but like strictly board games. It blew my mind. They had a Lego store, which was really fun, and me and Sarah got to go on a bunch of Nickelodeon themed roller coasters, and she gave me a headache with one where like she actively got to control how upside down we were. So, she was making us do like 360s over and over, like I'm dying. But it was a great trip. I went and saw the Twins. I've been a lifelong Minnesota Twins fan for 3 days now, which has been pretty fun. Bought a jersey. That was cool.
So you went and saw a ball game. Who'd they play?
They were playing the Toronto Blue Jays. So I was kind of actually not voting, but rooting for them right now. Go Canada.
Yeah. Go Canada. USA sucks right now.
Yeah, it does, baby. Woo woo. Crushing.
Well, that's fun. How was the rest of the trip anyways?
It was really good. We went to a modern art museum, and I realized I just don't get a lot of modern art at times. I feel like stupid. Like I took art history classes. I like to think I'm like surprisingly sophisticated for being able to do like historical art shit. Didn't get most of it. I could kind of get what it is, but a lot of time modern art, I'm like, I get what you're going for, but I can't reach the conclusion you've come to just because I'm not just seeing that final step of the bridge type of deal. But also, I'm a straight white dude in America. It's not like I faced a lot of the hardships people describe with it. So, it's all good shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound like I don't like modern art, but sometimes I just feel like, man, I feel stupid right now.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel with like most media and mediums. Like I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, hey, great, that was a cool movie, and then I'll go watch somebody like break down this movie and they tell me the like million things that I missed during this movie. They were like, this was a nod to this and this was an homage to this, and like if you realize that when he did this was this, and I'm like, but I saw stuff blow up and that was cool. I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm like Kevin from The Office actually, when I'm like stuff go boom, that make me happy.
Stuff going boom is always good to make you go happy. But yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm pretty good at recognizing that stuff, but sometimes I'm not. And that's just kind of like a fun dynamic in a weird way. But what? Oh, I also decided I'm moving to Minnesota. It's crazy cheap there. Like insultingly so, especially coming from the Puget Sound area.
Yeah, it's really expensive where you are, but also like you have to deal with like 6 months of winter there.
I like winter. I would rather deal with proper snowy winter than like the 8 months of gray bullshit we deal with in the Puget Sound. I hate it because it's not even good winter. It's just gray and it makes me sad and I want to blow my brains out. Not really, but I just don't like it.
You bring up like self-harm on this a lot, like sarcastically, like kind of like is there do you want to talk about it, buddy?
There is
It's
nothing
just
to
you and
talk.
me.
It's just a bad quirk or of humor. Because like at one point in college, I was pretty depressed, but thankfully I've recovered very well and doing much better in my life. But it's just a terrible bit that has continued on throughout my life.
Yeah, it's just I mean like I just want to check in on you, make sure
I
everything's okay.
appreciate it. No, I'm doing perfectly fine. There is no concern whatsoever, but I do appreciate it.
So are you like legit thinking you want to move to Minnesota?
At some point, maybe because like I would like to go maybe like Minnesota or like Midwest because I mean when global warming hits, the Great Inland Lakes are going to be the only place where like we can survive still. Go Great Inland Empire, but beyond that, yeah, I just we were looking at houses there, and I'm talking like gorgeous, like stuff that looks out of like like brownstones from New York City, like classic like 1940s, insanely well upkept like where from neighborhoods you can see the skyscrapers of Minneapolis. I'm talking like a 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, just short of 2K square foot, like apartment or not apartment, but like house with a beautiful yard, 550 like K. Meanwhile, that same house in the Puget Sound would be like 1.5 million minimum, and I'm talking like then looking at houses the exact same square, like within like 100 square footage, still 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and just like the shittiest, ugliest modern like land development style house. Just like that boring gray siding, nothing exciting about the yard, and it's like 475, and I'm like, why the hell would I ever pay for that? It's terrible. So Minneapolis is where I got to go start my property empire, I guess.
I mean, you could move to Vancouver. That sounds about witching in Vancouver.
I mean, I could move to Vancouver. That's true. I haven't looked at like southern. I haven't looked at outside of the Puget Sound. This is really Connor's first experience with looking at a house. But it was just a fun area. There was plenty of lakes. I saw a giant pencil sculpture that I couldn't go to the shaving of, which was a bit of a bummer. But next year I'll go.
So wait, what's explain the
Pencil.
shaving?
So there is a 6 foot sized like sculpture made of actual tree or of actual wood from like the remnants of a tree that like was a historic tree that got blown up during a storm, or rather, I think electrocuted, not blown up. The storm didn't throw TNT at it, but yeah, there's like a 6 foot tall number 2 pencil, and every year on the first week of Saturday, the homeowner like has a huge little mini festival where people come out and dance. There's like a whole speech and everything. There's ice cream, and they resharpen the pencil because like legitimately over the course of the year the tip of it gets blunted from like erosion and weather and whatnot. And I saw a video of it like last year of a compilation because like he started it during like I think 2021, and this no, he must have started during COVID the first time, like 2020, and this was a 5 year celebration. And it looked insane. Like thousands of people gather around this guy's like yard, and he's got like one of those nice like Beverly Hills style houses on the one of the big like fancy lakes out there, and it just looks like such a stupid fun event for the sake of having a stupid fun event, and I'm going to be there next year.
So what in your mind? What does a Beverly Hills style house look like?
Rich people like lower upper class type shit, like bank managers, but like fancy banks in a downtown, what lawyers make, shit like that.
That you described nothing. Like,
I,
give me
I
some
mean,
like architectural like.
probably. I mean, a lot of the ones out there were very Tudor style, if you know what that is.
I saw that show. Yeah.
No, I don't. Not quite like that, but I don't know if that. I haven't seen Tudor the show, but I know Tudor Manor styles, stuff like that. Very like immediate post-war kind of architecture, but like think like 3-story fancy stuff rather than like the suburban stuff. Kind of brownstones a little bit. That would be part of it. Just very well kept lawns, of course, because like everyone has money. That's the other thing is if I'll go start a lawn care business in Minneapolis and just be rolling in the dough.
But that means you have to like work in the yard.
I'll just hire people. I'll be like a classic middleman. I'll hire people that actually want to work and do it while I reap the benefits.
Oh,
Capitalism,
so
baby.
capitalism, yeah.
Yeah.
So Connor, apparently a new phrase has been coined by Brandon's significant other. You gonna Connor that shit?
Yeah. I'm glad my name has yet another phrase or saying to it.
Yeah. So Brandon was talking about how he this is all in our Vox Cascadia Discord, or the Vox chat in the Kill Team Cascadia Discord. He was saying how he doesn't find some people attractive even though he can register them as beautiful. And Zarin said there's a half an episode of The Office about this. Does that register with you? I'm not remembering this Office episode because again, this is the Office episode of Vox Cascadia.
It's not ringing a bell. No, I'm. Oh, the one where they're comparing the one celebrity.
Oh, Hillary Swank.
Hillary Swank. Thank you. Yeah, they were talking
There
about
we go.
whether she's hot or not, and like one of the characters said, she's attractive, but I don't call her hot.
I mean, which side do you fall on? Is she hot?
I don't know Hillary. Give me a second. Hillary Swank. And what year did that episode come out?
I don't know. Just Google like Office Hillary Swank. It's gonna be
2000. Let's say 9.
Oh, it's gotta be after that.
Wait, I feel like it's not Hillary Swank. She looks far too young for what they were talking about. Dwight said she was like 70 or something.
It's Office. It's Hillary Swank. Yeah, it dresses Hillary. I mean, you can look if you Google it. It says like there's a Reddit thing. She's on. She actually talked about it apparently on.
Is Hillary Swank hot?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yeah. She from googling Hillary Swank 2009. This looks like a hot woman.
She's
respectfully.
I'm gonna go with Hillary Swank as hot. Yes, but yeah. Now that totally makes sense. Now, Zarin, the episode you're talking about. Yes, they take a half an episode to break down the attractiveness of a celebrity. So Connor,
damn, she's 50.
Yeah, people in around that age, like late 40s, are still beautiful people too. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Like, I could have sworn Dwight said like one of the characters in, or maybe no, that must have been when Pam was pregnant, and everyone was saying she still looked hot, but Dwight was the only one being like, "No, what are you talking about? She is not hot." Where he gave Pam like the thing, like this is probably the least amount of attractiveness you've been since I've met you. So yeah, more Office trivia.
It's because Dwight just tells it how it is.
Exactly, but like not in the douchebag way.
Yeah. What's your favorite opener from The Office? Your favorite opening, like?
I mean, like you can't go wrong with the fire alarm one. That one's a great opener. Kevin spilling the chili always gets me, but it also gets me kind of sad because I can just imagine, like, the noise he makes of like depression when he realizes he spilled it just cuts straight to my heart. I'm trying to think, like, if I have a favorite opener.
I mean, I think Asian Jim.
That's a good one.
Real good. The one where Jim impersonates Dwight. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Mm-hmm.
It's classic. Also, I think one of my favorites, we just watched this episode, is when they're in Florida for Saber, and Jim calls Dwight to his room, and there's like stuff scrawled on the walls, and it's like it looks like Jim's been murdered. And
oh yeah, that one's a good one.
That one's a real good one too.
Is it an opener where? Oh god, now I can't remember. No, I'm mixing up two different shows. Never mind.
No, let's talk through it. What are you thinking?
I was thinking of the scene where they're talking about marshmallow, but I was trying to think of who were they talking about the marshmallow, like how they'd react to eating one. But then I realized no, that's Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where they're talking about how Captain Holt would react to eating a marshmallow.
So I haven't seen a ton of Brooklyn. Actually, I watched like a couple seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but the best Brooklyn Nine-Nine opening is the one where they do the I Want It That Way, where they do the lineup.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean, that's a classic.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a Kill Team podcast, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. So, yeah. Oh, speaking of this is podcast notes.
Oh, never mind. I came up with it where Dwight and Andy do the photo shoot to announce the new low prices, and then it's all the billboards that get defaced.
Yeah.
That's probably my best one because
just like What about the one on William Street or whatever? No, no, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
that one's and this like because you're picturing they did the perfect amount where they show you the before like the photo shoots and everything, and it's oh no, I've dropped all these prices. Look out! And like Dwight's thrusting into Andy from behind, essentially. But so it's just your mind has to fill in the graffiti, and it's just that perfect amount of like your brain, whatever your brain will come up with, will be funnier than what like the actual image would be, type of deal.
That is a pretty solid intro there. So, I do have to address some controversy about something we talked about on a previous podcast. So,
Uh-oh.
we got a comment from Other Dave. So, unfortunately, we gave out a spoiler for a movie.
We did?
So, yeah, Other Dave said Darth Vader is Luke's
Oh
dad.
God!
Thanks.
Shut up.
So this was a comment we got, and Other Dave, thank you for listening. For one, two, we apologize for
I
spoiling a
don't.
40-year-old movie.
Yeah, that movie came out like before my parents even met. You had plenty of time to watch it, and it's been referenced elsewhere. I know he's making a joke, but I'm just gonna double down. It's what I do.
Yeah. Also, since this is also a financial helpline podcast, we did a little research, and actually, Connor, sounds like you
I
are
am doing. We did a
contributing
little research, aka Greg said it.
because Greg was in the Navy, and
In the Navy.
he understands that. What is it? The thrift savings plan? Is that what it is?
Something. I don't know. It's a TSP. But yeah, that's the government's 401k. So I probably got another year before they cancel that.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're gonna put it in all in Dogecoin or in Trump coin, and you're gonna be rolling in it, buddy.
Rolling in the deep.
So you need to find a partner for the two. Is that Sierra in the background just singing?
That is Sierra singing in the background.
Just put her. No,
It's okay.
put her on the mic. Come on.
Chuck wants you on the mic.
What's that?
She's too busy playing Baldur's Gate to come over.
Pause your game. Come over here and sing "Rolling in the Deep."
He wants you to pause your game and come over here to sing "Rolling in the Deep."
You have my heart inside your hands.
I mean, it's like I'm there. It's like I'm in the studio hearing it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Connor, what else did you do in Minnesota?
That was pretty much it. We went to a museum, a couple of museums. We saw a bunch of pretty lakes. I went to a baseball game. Went to the Mall of America. I got to fly a plane. That was fun. Not really, but I like to imagine. Oh, I started reading Heat 2, incredible book. Unfortunately, left it on the plane on the way back, so I need to go pick up my new copy that got sent to me in the mail today.
So, can you like bump Dungeon Crawler Carl? Actually, are you speaking of reading books? One, can you bump Dungeon Crawler Carl up?
It's my next one after I finish Heat 2.
Okay, I thought you said it was like third in the list.
Well, the first one, Heat 2, was the second one on the list, and the first one was just finishing up a short story.
Gotcha. Also, I guess we're reading the Tau book for Chuck's book club.
Apparently, it's only an audiobook form though, so you have fun with that. I don't do audiobooks.
You don't do audiobooks, dude?
No, I can't focus unless I'm driving, which I don't drive enough to get through it unless I'm like on a road trip. I get too distracted.
Don't you don't you get on the treadmill and walk or something? Are you walking like a mile a day or some shit?
Yeah,
By the way, how'd your mile a day in May go?
Oh, it was great. I nailed it. But no, I just I watch TV. I could probably do audiobooks, but then I'd get bored.
I don't know. You find a good audiobook. That's audiobooks really help me with running. So, for anybody who wants to join the book club, by the way, it's only $55 a month.
I don't think that's true.
Okay. Send me $55. Don't listen to Connor. We are going to read Elemental Council. Is that right? Elemental Council.
I think so. Yes.
Yes.
The one Tyler's been talking about nonstop for like a month,
which is
apparently it's very good.
It's apparently just like Tau like government stuff or something, and the most badass space marine you'll ever find. So you can like join us. I think the 30th of this month is what Zach said, that Zach, the one who killed the original book club, is the date that he
To be
set.
fair, that wasn't his fault. He wasn't gonna. How was he supposed to know the book would be that bad? Apparently.
I mean, that's fair, but he also picked it, so he has a little bit of the blame. Whether or not like he knew the book was gonna be good or not. Again, like amazing model, shitty book.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So we're gonna be I think on the 30th of this month, we're gonna actually have a discussion around that, is what the date that they set for it. So and I think we're gonna do like the first part of it or the first half of it or something. So Elemental Council, if y'all want to join us, come join us. Tyler can't shut up about it. And like, I don't know, Tyler's a big old towel lover now. I'm actually like 4 hours from the end of the 7th Dungeon Crawler Carl book. So, and it's getting real good. So I'm excited for you to actually like read that book.
What happens if I end up hating this book? Like, I'm not expecting to, but what if I do?
I mean, we just can't be friends anymore.
Ah, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to. I mean, Nick loves this book. I know, like,
Okay, then I'll probably like it. I trust Nick more than I trust you.
Brandon, the knife on Discord loves this book. Ryan, shooting blanks, loves this book. Dan Osborne loves these books. I'm pretty sure Zach read these books too. Maybe. I think he liked them. These books are they're blown up. They're the new nerd hotness. So,
What's hotter, this book as the nerd hotness or nerd gummy clusters?
what the fuck are? Oh, Nickel. No, I don't know if you.
Which one would Nick choose?
I mean, nerd gummy clusters because he's got.
Yeah, true. Because he's already probably read the book as well. So he'd rather have the candy than reread the book.
He's finished the book. No, I mean, I'm telling you, like, I love this book enough that I bought like swag from the universe. So I think it's amazing. I think you'll enjoy it. Like, genuinely.
I hope so. Yeah, I think I probably will. But I just wanted to propose a terrible scenario.
Well, let's put it this way. Jenna, I had her start reading the first book, and she put it down, and we're not seeing each other anymore. So,
well, that would be a bummer way to end the podcast. I figured it'd be like when either you commit a violent crime or like, Tyler goes out and like some blazed high story of glory or something.
oh, we're not ending the podcast. We're going to bring on somebody else.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm actually like, I've got an alt Reddit account that I'm just scouring people that hate AdMech, and then that's going to be my new like podcast best friend. And so we can just reconvene and talk about how much we love hating on AdMech.
That would be so sad. Why would you do this to me?
I mean, you've already abandoned Kill Team, and I haven't kicked you off the podcast yet. And so, why do you think
I haven't abandoned? I'm merely taking a break until they make my team good again. But not. Yeah. I mean, maybe next balance.
I mean, one, they're not going to make Hunter Clade is never going to be good again.
Yeah, I know it's not. But
so we need to we need to come to terms with that. But
nope, I have not crossed the Nile yet.
The Nile?
Because I am still in it. I'm still in denial.
Denial. Okay. Yeah, got it. I just can't wait for this Saturday when at like 3 a.m. in the morning the embargo is lifted. So all the people with their NDAs like Candy Roll Crit and all these guys, Mountainside Tabletop, the cool influencers have got their boxes and they could talk about it. And then they're like, Battle Clade is broken. It's the most broken team in the game. You can do this. You can alpha strike from your backfield, and it's the best team ever. And then I just can't wait to like hear your reaction to that and just like, we're back, baby. We're back.
I mean, yeah, that may get me, but I'm not expecting that.
I mean, you just do like, Scutari instead of servitors.
It wouldn't be the same.
I mean, it'll look the same on the board.
That's fair.
Yeah. So,
but they wouldn't feel like Scutari.
Yeah.
They wouldn't feel like the best boys. No. I mean, they might be broken. I might take a swing or two at them, but I think even beyond just my team being very lackluster, arguably the worst team in the game. I just, like I said, I feel like Kill Team became too not predictable, because that's not the term, but like the game started to feel too similar to one another, and that's what kind of drove me away, because I have ADHD brain or whatever. Not really, I'm self-diagnosing right now, but just compared to like old Kill Team, where it was like you had the 6 tac ops and you can grab the 3 of them, and there was always the variety, and I just felt like there was more options for also the maps themselves. Now that we are pretty much exclusively a map pack, has kind of killed some of the joy too.
I think you're gonna get away from the map pack piece. I'm assuming the next set of terrain that comes with the next season will be less map packy, hopefully.
That,
And
or
also
maybe
we
like
can,
throw us 9 maps rather than just 6. Mind you,
well,
we have the other modes, but still.
I mean, you can always bust out Octarius. So.
I still do. Don't get me wrong. It's just like when you go to events, it's very rare for that, you know?
Well, Killscream 4 is coming up, and 4, right? 4? Right?
Yes.
4.
Yeah. You're the one setting it up. You should know how to count. You're a bank guy.
That's what computers are for, dude. Come on. I don't do
got
anything.
me there.
Killscream 4 is going to be coming out. We will definitely have some Octarius and some weird stuff because we're not buying a bunch of Volcas. But we'll have a bunch of Into Dark.
Well, we have I wonder if we'll have the new terrain by then. Will you have a Tyranid only board?
I don't think so, because I think it's going to happen. Actually, if it happens like it happened last year,
it'll come out.
Well, let's do some mental math here. So box 4 is coming out, pre-orders this week, and then so
it comes out the 21st of June.
Does it come out 21st?
Either the 21st or the 28th.
No,
regardless,
it's going to come out 28th.
Yeah. Is it normally 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks.
I guess it is. Yeah,
which is good because I'm actually going to be up in Seattle the weekend 20th.
Gotcha. So then it'll come out September 27th, if it's still exactly 4 months away. But Killscream is the last full weekend of October. So if it comes out September 27th, we could definitely get like 2 boards worth of whatever the new terrain could be.
We'll probably
it might be like crazy. They might do like some crazy new card pack by then.
Well, the good news is I'm not the TO. I'm the TO. I'm not the judge, so I don't have to worry about dealing with that stuff. So yeah,
that's me. I'm the judge.
There you go.
Like Dread.
Yeah. Oh, hey. So coming up in June, Brandon's got a tournament June 29th. I think I'm going to Brandon's tournament up in Tacoma. You gonna come play with me?
Isn't that one already stacked like full?
I don't think so.
I thought he mentioned that. Maybe it was last week's tournament or something.
No, I mean last time I looked, there was still a couple left.
I'll take a look.
You should come play with me. I'll bring you a team. Who do you want to play?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
No, think about it. I just started painting on my sanctifiers. Blank there for a second. So just started painting on my sanctifiers. Just last night, actually.
You doing box art on those guys, or are you trying something new?
Yeah, pretty close. There's 2 spots left.
Okay.
And it's free. So
it is free. Brandon's tournaments are always a good time.
Also, Nick, fucking sign up for it. Come play with me.
Yeah, Nick's got to play it more than I do. He's got to get practice for Tacoma.
I mean, Nick is the number 7 Rekka Crew player in the U.S. still. So.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you said you're doing it for the team tournament. You're bringing Commandos. Are you bringing Rekkas then for proper Tacoma?
I am bringing. I think so. I'm kind of. I mean, I don't know how you played 200 games with AdMech because I'm kind of a little burnout on Rekkas already, but I'm also wanting to. If I play them at Tacoma, I've got a good shot to finish like number 1 in the U.S., if not in the world, for the year, because I'll have LEO, Adepticon, and Tacoma, and then the Clash are all pretty sizable tournaments. So I kind of want to play them just to finish off the year and be like number 1 in the US or the world with them. But I'm also like excited to play other teams too.
That's fair. I mean, who knows? Maybe you'll get like a sick new team like right after this box.
I mean, I'm telling you, I'm going to be painting up the AdMech. I'm going to be painting up the Battleclade right away. So who knows? Maybe I'll be running Battleclade at Tacoma.
I would be so proud of you if you were.
I mean, I'm just gonna it's gonna be my new thing. I'm gonna be the AdMech guy. Like you've given up on them for Kill Team, so I'm gonna.
I still play them in 40K and 30K and mini 30K.
Kill Team podcast.
Fair enough.
/office podcast.
/ we're like the least kill teamy of all the kill teamy podcasts there is.
We really are, actually. Like I mean, I've
It's
said this.
shocking people turn in regularly to listen to us.
Don't push them away, dude. Come
I'm
on.
not. I appreciate them all very deeply, but
They tune into us for the vibes. They don't tune into us for like in-depth gameplay strategy and stuff. Every once in a while we have somebody like Sammy or Zach or
yeah,
somebody
just
on.
roll sixes. Oh,
It
that
was
was actually in the preview. That was what the binary said was we'll just roll more sixes or something like that.
I did see that actually. I didn't. Did you translate it or did you like look at the notes at the bottom
I
of the
translated it.
story? That's funny because it's actually they just had it in the notes at the bottom of the article.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, so
God
because
damn it.
I didn't translate it. I just got down to the bottom. I'm like, oh, okay. It literally says that's roll sixes in binary.
Well, yeah, that's pretty fun. But yeah, I'm glad people tune in. Well, maybe it could kind of work. Tune in to me mispronouncing words all the time and misspeaking, and listening to our ramblings barely related to Kill Team.
Yeah, so we appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. This was so we had a guest plan for tonight, but with Tyler being sick, we hope you're feeling better, bud. We pushed the guest to next week. It's going to be a very special episode, actually, too, that goes along with Pride Month. And yeah, so we hope you tune into that one. Thank you for listening to us ramble on about random stuff with a little baby bit of Kill Team and a lot of Office in there. So yeah, so thanks for joining me, buddy. I'm at Painting Cave Minis.
Oh, hold on. I was gonna have one last topic. What are you hoping for next box? So like season 2 starter.
I mean,
Are you like on Team Jungle with Katachan?
I don't think Jungle works for Kill Team, and as like I just don't think Jungle works for Kill Team. I think that you need more hard lines for Kill Team because of how our line of sight stuff works, and Jungle with like weird bushes and stuff doesn't work. I think it's got to be cities, it's got to be underground, or it's got to be in a spaceship or something. You need hard lines to measure stuff with, because like anytime, like have you played on any of the like Warcry boards that Tyler's put out?
A handful of times, yeah, and they're fun, but they are definitely you need to have a lot more clarity with your opponent discussing the lines and everything.
Yeah, I mean, like what is heavy, what is light and stuff. I just don't think Jungle is going to come to Kill Team. If you look at like all of the 4 different boards we've had now, we've had Octarius, we had Into the Dark, we had Beta Decima, may you rest in peace, and we had Volcus. It's all hard lines on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
So
the one that was the least was like Knockman. Mind you, that had a lot of other issues going into it, but like that's the terrain set you saw, or rather, I'd say I see played the least because it's just it wasn't a great Kill Team terrain set, but B, a lot of the shapes are very curved, so it can be just kind of awkward.
yeah, so I just don't think we see. I mean, it could be wrong. I don't think we see something that is going to be so weird to paint sight lines because of how our line of sight stuff works.
Yeah,
I'd love to see a Death Watch Kill Team.
yeah, that's fair.
I love Space Marines, and I'm not afraid to say it. Okay.
No, Marines are fun. They're a good metric to beat up on, get beat up by, and it's just they're a nice simplistic team, even the more complicated versions of them.
But I really want to see like Space Marines with a bunch more cool weapons too. So I really liked when Justine came out, and you had a Power Fist on the leader and a Plasma Pistol, and then you had a Sniper and you had a Heavy Bolter, and I want to see more of that. I want to see a Plasma. I want to see the Inferno or Infernus or whatever Marine stuff.
Yeah,
I want to
Furnace.
see some weird fucking Xenos swords on them too. I think Death Watch would be super cool.
Death Watch would be pretty sweet. Plus, getting a new kit for them would be nice because they don't really have a ton in the game anymore.
There's rumors that like Space Wolves are going to come out with like kind of a scout squadish is what Valrek has been saying. I don't know about that one. Katachan, I feel like has got to be coming out, but then that just kind of lends itself to the jungle theme there, because they always have to put out Imperial or like
some sort
Imperial
of
Guard.
army, yeah, some sort of another guardsman team, so people can complain that we're not getting some obscure Xenos only species that mentioned one time in a lore book from like 1824.
God, it's like Tyler's here with us.
No, I like Tyler's takes, But just I mean, like, because you'll see Tyler's like, I also understand these are extremely extract, these are pipe dreams, but then people are like, why haven't we gotten exodites, even though they haven't been mentioned in the lore in like 30 years and wouldn't fit at all? But whatever.
I mean, I think Kill Team is a really good way
It would be
to put out
cool.
the weird shit.
Yeah, it is, but I'm just saying, like, half the shit people ask for all the time in those common Reddit things, like, again, is lore that I feel like you see more from like TikTok AI videos than you actually see mentioned by GW.
I think we should just let all of season 2 of this edition be from TikTok AI videos.
I'd prefer not. Abominable intelligence is called that for a reason. But yeah. So Death Watch. What would the train set be though?
I don't know. I think, let's see. They haven't really given us any hints. Like when the Into the Dark season was ending, they kind of gave us hints about crash landing and stuff. So I have no idea.
They didn't even mention if the big gun fired or whatever. I think maybe we'll see that in the book when we get to read that. But
maybe it'll actually be like you're inside the big gun. Like it'll be.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird terrain to suddenly have a bunch of Tyranids. It looks cool, but it is just strange to like have that. But at least we'll have some fun boards. Maybe we'll get more Tyranid terrain and like actual vantage points that you can climb up on and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. No, I have no idea what they're gonna do for terrain.
Yeah, I think Tau would be fun, like Tau city stuff.
That would be cool. They had that in 40K a long time ago,
Yeah,
and it seemed kind of cool.
it'd be a good way to break. Like you said, you still have the clean lines, but on like the more curved shape of the Tau, which I think would be the easiest way to get like more organic feeling terrain, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's going on in Big Hammer? Because I feel like they kind of
They just went to Armageddon.
I mean, that
But that's just it's another Imperial
city.
city. Yeah, like
although I guess the fights on Armageddon actually happened. They happen a lot in the desert too.
yeah, that is true. But I don't. I mean, hey, they did that one Desert and White Dwarf article, which was kind of fun. The cards in there were neat, but I don't think it'd be good for terrain. But dropping sand everywhere is kind of fun.
Well, if you go desert board with a bunch of like scatter train stuff, like some broken vehicles or like crashed like flyers and stuff, that would be cool. So, and that's basically where all your cover comes from is
I would love
vehicles.
Yeah, like a destroyed knight or titan, like a big knight, but it'd probably have to be like a titan as terrain. Would be pretty fun.
Have you seen the tabletop tactics where they made the giant like destroyed knight board?
I have not, but I'm gonna go put that into YouTube right now. Tabletop tactics, you said?
I think it's tabletop or tabletop. It's the guys from Australia.
Tabletop Titans.
Tabletop Titans. Tabletop time. Tabletop time.
Tabletop time. Yeah, you said Australian, then it's click. I watched some of their videos yesterday.
Yeah, so they did a whole thing where for an event, I think they took 2 of the big Forge World like resin titans and like broke them up and made them into a giant like 40K board.
Nice. So, that would be sick. I would love to have like a world or like a theme, like some sort of giant civil war on a knight or titan world or something like that, or hey, maybe a Forge World. But the terrain could be like a down titan, because then I could get my hopes and dreams come true of a Sekutari kill team. Plus, it'd be a cool way to incorporate knights.
Yeah, no, I think you could do it pretty easily with, you'd have a couple. I think if you have a couple knights that are the terrain, you have 1 or 2 that are down, and one that's maybe like for advantage is kind of like halfway, like on its knees almost, and with
like the top half has been like blown away, but it's kind of melted down on itself, and that's so you can kind of climb up it.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah. Do you think we're going back to like 5 or 6 objectives in the next?
I would kill for going back to 5 objectives. 6 would be great, and then just bring back everything else I'm missing. But that's not gonna happen. But I would like more objectives. I think that would be something that would be more fun.
I think 6 is too much. I think you want to go with 5, so you have like some asymmetry in it a little bit too. It's not like I take 3, you take 3. So I think like there's
Yeah, because then if you have 5, you each have one that's like, your home objective, essentially. It's very difficult for your opponent to get there, except for like turn 3 or 4. They're beelining to it. You have the one that's still like dead center, where the main majority of skirmishes, and then ones that are like, also maybe on the center lines for some lap mayouts. Otherwise, maybe like 3 inches closer to your side than your opponent's type of deal, but like still very much skirmishable objectives.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have some more objectives and have them spread out a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but we should be getting. I mean, we should be getting the like 2025 approved or ops pack. So new cards, which should have new missions and
Yeah,
should
because
have new
they'll
layouts,
come out probably the same time the next box comes out.
which should be like October. So
Yeah, so hey, who knows? Killscream 4 might be chaos. There'll be a whole new, like, crazy map setup. The meta might be completely shaken up. And the best way to experience that new meta is coming to our wonderful 2-day event hosted in the lovely city of Portland, Oregon.
I'll tell you, here's how I know that they're going to go to more than 3 objectives is because we had one, we made these amazing neoprene objective markers for the last edition. Like Tyler and Greg figured them out. They got some amazing neoprene objectives. They then changed the size of the objectives with the new edition, so we couldn't use any of those.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
So we're going to be printing up a bunch of like the not the like plastic, essentially the plastic objectives of the new size.
The 3D printed ones, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to print up enough of those to play, 64 players of Killscream, and then they're going to change it, so we're going to need more. So that's how I can tell you that they're going to more objectives, because they always fuck with our objective markers on when we do Killscream.
Yeah. Also, maybe just make them back to 2 inches so we can all still use our fun neoprene stuff, because that's what they were for so long.
The neoprene stuff is pretty sweet.
It is.
So.
But yeah, I would love Destroyed Knights. I think that'd be cool. Deathwatch could also serve because they're, trying to track down some alien that can corrupt knights or something. I don't know. I can write some lore. But yeah, that'd be fun. Also, I'm now on full coat mode and praying we get a second AdMech team. Like, Jaeger's came out right after Hearthkin. So why not that?
That's here. So what? Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your ideal AdMech kill team?
Most realistic, if they were to add one, I think Plastic Secutari would be cool. I don't know if you know what they are, but they're essentially Scutari veterans that are dedicated to guarding Titans. Like their armor is literally made from like Titan shards destroyed during battle, so that's really fun. They look sick. I would love that. More Dream Pipe scenario. I would love some like I posted earlier a couple days ago, like Tech Priest Warrior veterans. Where like proper Myrmidon cults or Dominus cults where Tech Priests are fun. I like their wise old man looks, but they have so much more variety than wizards. They are everything you can imagine they can be, and I would like to get some tabletop representation of that. And yeah, that'd be fun. Like a couple of those Tech Priests and like maybe some badass like Sicarian Ruststalkers. I think that was a little more than 30. Sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, you went over your time, so we're taking it off of next week's. So thank you everybody for joining us. Patreon, patreon.com/Vox Cascadia podcast. Thank you to our lovely Patreons, Jenna, Cody, Sam, Sean, Nick, Holly, Zarin. I threw you a bunch of shade last week. I don't know if you listened to last week's episode because you haven't said anything about it. Greg, Rob, Zach, Scott, Keaton, and Ryan. So we really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for keeping the lights on. At Painting Cave Minis on Instagram, at Lowbrow Minis on Instagram for our dearly departed Tyler. Also, dicer.bigcartel.com, at Spanaway on everything.
Yeah, boy.
And check the notes. Killscream, we are CritCon 2. We are chugging away at it. We just talked to another tournament organizer this weekend about getting a big event there. And
ooh, for what game?
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, message me. I won't share it with anyone.
It rhymes with 40K.
30K?
No.
Oh.
That doesn't rhyme with 40K.
They both end with K.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have something, and we should be launching in June. So keep an eye out. It's going to be 3 days, October 24th, 25th, 26th, Portland, Oregon. We're going to have 2 days Kill Team, 2 golden tickets for the Kill Team event on Saturday, Sunday. We're going to do some fun Kill Team event on Friday. We're going to have hobby classes. We're going to have probably Legions Imperialis, Star Wars, all kinds of stuff. Vendors. Right on the max line. Portland's beautiful that time of year. It's not burned to the ground. No matter what you've heard. So yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. Until Connor gets there, takes it down because there's no fucking AdMech team that he likes.
Well, I'm not gonna burn down Portland for that.
Do you really want an AdMech team or not?
I mean, I do, but I want to cause mass destruction. I'd maybe just write like a strongly worded letter, like, "Come on, guys, what are you doing?"
Yeah, because that works.
I mean, it's better than arson.
I don't know. Fires get stuff done.
Fair enough.
So, all right, buddy. Have a great night.
You too. Love you.